Hey. And the second I start talking, y'all, I've got Levi, you're okay. Yep. Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit. I'm actually, one day this iPad will get figured out. I promise I'll figure all this out one day. I finally figured out the printer. It took me forever to figure out. So I got the printer, got a new printer. Other printer died. I think I've already explained this to you guys. And then my computer, like my tablet computer died. And I was like, oh my goodness. And phone wise, I've been an Apple girl for a long time, but computer wise, I'm not a Mac PC girl. So I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. So I finally figured it out. And I was super proud of myself because I figured it out. But it was a hot mess. It was a hot jumbled mess. So, okay, hopefully y'all are tagged. We're gonna do Workin Wednesday quick because I've got something I'm doing this afternoon. We're gonna take HD on a picnic. Y'all get me. Y'all get real me. This is real me. This is real life. This is what I look like. This is what I'm doing. So one of the things that when catalog month transition happens, I talk about this too, what I'm going to talk about today. But I like to talk about it halfway through catalog season because we do get disorganized and we do get to the where we get burnt out. You get burnt out. You do. And I just kind of want to talk about burnout, and I want to talk about things that can like help us. I definitely am feeling this month everybody's kind of burnt out. I'm feeling it. So I want to like walk through that a little bit and kind of what I do and how I handle that, because you don't realize it until like you're taking a shower one day and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, like you realize it when it's inconvenient, when you're like laying down to go to bed and your mind's going, cogs going everywhere. And all of a sudden you're just like, I feel this, like I feel where I'm at. So we're going to talk about burnout. I really do feel like that's where we are. I feel like, I know I've heard already from several teammates, it's hard to follow up with certain orders right now because they haven't shown up because it's been a while because of our flash sale orders. So as of yesterday, I talked to consultant support and they are caught up with flash sale orders. They're caught up to like the 6th of April. Y'all, they're working overtime. They're working crazy hours to get that stuff caught up. We met our monthly goal in 3 hours last month. In those 3 hours, since he met their monthly goal. So they're working diligently to get through what they need to get through. And we know that. We know that. We just need to reinstate that to our customers. That's a really great follow-up tip. If you're not following up with your people, sorry, I'm organizing as I talk. If you're not following up with your people, that's how we need to be following up. Hey, lady, I know I'm checking in on your order. I'm checking on the status. It's heading out soon. Let me know if you need anything. Can't wait for you to get it and love on your stuff. Something like that. It doesn't have to, just because they haven't gotten their order yet, doesn't mean that we need to throw them to the wind. Because I can understand why that seems logical because, well, they haven't gotten their stuff yet, but we still need to be following up with them. Okay, so burnout. Burnout happens typically in the middle of the catalog season, and I get that. This month is showing it. So one of the things that I tend to do when I'm burnt out is I will kind of reorganize the office a little bit or clean it up. My office can look like a crazy hot mess sometimes. I'm like trying to flip stuff over so that if I should turn around and show you guys this, you're not seeing people's personal information. And I really do try to simplify as the catalog goes on, which is funny because that's what we're supposed to be doing anyway with Cincy, but it's sometimes we have to learn what's not working for us to make other things work for us. So when I say simplify, we've already talked about this once, but I'm going to talk about it again because I literally, every time I talk about this, somebody's like, oh my gosh, I need to know what that is. This is a newsletter. I made this newsletter. I will share Courtney's video on here when I'll hop on YouTube and share Courtney's video. Let me make my list of things I need to share though, because I say that and then I get off here and my day goes on and my daughter's literally pulling me out of my chair every time I get off my life. There is no, give me 5 minutes and let me finish this up. It doesn't work that way. So newsletter, newsletter. There's a few things that I kind of want to talk about in this video today that I don't think I've got to talk about. So I'm going to try to keep it quick, but I'm not going to guarantee it. I said that. But if you have an HP printer, you need to sign up for HP Ink. Your girl didn't know about that. And I know that there are probably dozens of YouTube videos out there that I've missed. My mom is the one that told me about that. Why aren't you signing up for HP Ink? First of all, I didn't know HP Ink existed. It's monthly. It costs me $5.99 a month. And it's 100 pages, which you can change it up. However, it gives you options. But of course, my first month, I probably printed way over 100 pages. But I'm still in my 6 month little trial. But it's $6 a month. And that's what you pay. They send you your ink when it's time to send the ink. Y'all, I was paying like $60, $70 every 2 months for ink. And that was why I was doing the pictures at Walmart, because I was like, I can't afford to print this at home. But I can now. And this has made it easier for me personally, because I love photos. I do, but it can't be, you're just not doing two-sided. And this is two-sided. Let me just get one. This is two-sided, and this is quick and simple. I had never failed that I would go to work on like Happy Meal or something and I wouldn't have my photos. I'd run out of 2 of them and didn't realize it. So this is good for me, like inventory, like for, it's Dakota. Oh my gosh, y'all. So my house goes nuts when people show up, especially like people they love. Like the dog is losing her mind because she knows somebody that she knows is here and she's ready to be like pet tit and loved on. Like she doesn't get loved on. Ever since Cuckoo left, that dog has had so much love. So, this is the newsletter that I send out. This is the top half, snap and share, and all it. Welcome to my house. All day. Snap and share. Show off all your new goodies and share with friends. Referrals are the best compliment. I literally have my Instagram and then my VIP page right here. So if anybody wants to hop on and get on my VIP page, they can. And then down here is what's new. So this is the warmer and scent of the month. And I did not get stickers for this one. I kind of ticked at myself that I didn't get the scent of the month. But I didn't get stickers for this. So May's stickers I have, but I'm not ready for May yet. Whiff box, can't ever go wrong with the whiff box. And then this is Scentsy Club and explaining basic Scentsy Club info. And then this is join my team and basic info for joining team. So here's the kit and the QR code if they want to join on there. And then there's my phone numbers on here like 3 times, I swear. Maybe not. Maybe I only did it once. Maybe I did narrow it down to 1 time. Hi. I'm doing Working Wednesday.
You're fine.
So.
Now later.
She can have it now. Lord have mercy. She can have it now because at least she'll be quiet for 5 minutes. So this is my newsletter. I literally fold this in half and stick a sample of some kind. And then there's usually going to be a scratch and sniff sticker or a wax sample. And stick this in an envelope and send it out. That is the Happy Mail. I can share Courtney's information too because it was a lot more in depth. But that's what this is. This is my Happy Mail. Simple. Keep it simple. Again, halfway through catalog season is when we kind of start to dwindle down and we need to dwindle back up. We need to find our little up. So we got to simplify some things, or your budget has changed, or your time restraints have changed. That kind of stuff happens. It happens in the middle of catalog season. We no longer have the extreme novelty of the catalog being brand new. It's still new to me because we're not even quite at the end of April. It's still new to me, but not to everybody. So that's part of what I do. I also want to show y'all kind of how I have set up my office. Yesterday, Chloe went live and she showed her office, and I do love her office, But I do also understand that there's no comparison. We don't need to compare. We don't need to look at someone's face and go, yeah, but you have all that and you can work better. And no, let me tell you, I feel like I tell y'all this every single video. I have not always been at home, and I have not always had this desk. This desk, Aaron built me, a year into Cincy? Mm-hmm. Yeah, a year. Yep. So my first year of Cincy, I didn't have an office. I didn't have a desk. I didn't have a specific space. And a few months after he built this desk, we were supposed to move to Wilmington. We were supposed to sell our house and leave and move to Wilmington into a 800 square foot apartment. I think it was smaller than that, y'all. It was so small. And I had already, I'm going to show y'all what I was going to do in Wilmington. Because as much as I want to show y'all my office and my desk, y'all have seen this before.
Mom, where was your wedding?
A long time ago, girl. A long time ago.
Where was it?
We have birthed Ethel since that wedding. But I want to show y'all what I would have done in Wilmington, because the space that we were going to have was legitimately like a catty corner, like not catty corner, but it was going to be a flat wall that was at an angle that was going to fit a 9 cube.
Mom?
Yeah, a 9 cube. This is actually technically 8 cubes, what my thing looks like, because they're bunched together. You'll see what I'm talking about. But I was literally going to have a 9 cube shelving unit up against this wall, and that was going to be my desk, my space to put orders together, my space for parties. That was going to be all that I had. So you can make this work with little to no space.
Yeah.
You can make this work little to no space. The first year that I did Cincy, Aaron had a desk in here that was like an old teacher's desk. It was just a big brown, just one, like, what are those, like 5 feet, 4 feet long?
Was there one desk?
They're like 4 feet long desks. It was small. My point of that is small. And I had a chair in the office, and I literally would have like my planner and my phone, and that was my little desk space. And I did have our guest room, but I tried really hard not for Cincy to take over. Hi, Kim. Yes, Kim uses a dresser, which is a great idea too. That's an awesome idea to have a dresser. I have a guest room that kind of was like that. I didn't have a dresser. I had a table. And I think I've got pictures floating around too of what that looked like before I transitioned into the office. So I'm going to flip you around. I'm going to show you guys kind of what I do. If y'all are looking, I don't know where you're looking. You're looking at me still, so that's good. So this is my desk. Behind me is my desk. You do not need a desk. You want to say hi?
Hi.
That alone, y'all, I love my husband so much, but his side of the office is not my
Thing.
So anyway, my thing. And honestly, the computer doesn't even work anymore. My computer died on me last week, 2 weeks ago. So now I have a tablet, a phone, and I do have a hard desk to go sit at, but I'm not even using it anymore, which was one of the reasons why I liked having it, because I liked having a desk. So I'm going to flip you around, and I'm going to show y'all kind of how I do parties and or have my stuff set up. Again, you don't have to have all of this. You do not have to have all of this. This right here, you can omit alone. Those are all my wax bars and pods. That's my wax bars and pods. That's not inventory. These are used. These are all used wax bars. So, Aaron set up the way that this wall is, that this is up against. We didn't have enough space for a whole nother cube, so he cut the cube off and then he put my warmers in there. So I do have 3 warmers. None of those warmers are available anymore. They're just my top favorite warmers. They're just not available. One's a trophy warmer. That's what I call those. Those are trophy warmers that we get for incentives. Radiate Positivity. That was my very first warmer that I got at World Tour, at my very first World Tour. And then that was my obsession, the Villain warmer. That Villain warmer was my obsession for a while. So we paid the money and got it. Shh. Don't be mean to me. I'm not going to be mean to you, but I am working. But I am taking your daughter on a... No, I'm not going to say that on here because then I'll never hear the end of it. Dakota's face whenever she came around the corner. Oh, God, don't say it. So this second cube, including this, not that, including this, see, it's not all perfect and pretty, is party. So Sebastian himself is in a clip. The buddy didn't come back, but the clip did. So I've got him with his little scent pack down there because the scent packs came back, I think. Y'all, don't laugh at me. Scentsy Club is what that is. So a brick and a whiff box. You can get a whiff box on the website. You don't have to have a Scentsy Club for it. But I do like to chit chat about that in parties because if they want a whiff box, we tell them how they can get it half off. They can get either of those items half off. Fragrance flower, cotton cleanups, and then I always have just a pack of nerds down there because that's our team name. And if y'all didn't know this, Aaron actually is the one that came up with the wax nerds. Because he kept calling me a nerd about when the boxes would show up and how excited I'd get. Usually in the little bathtub, there's a body wash and a scrubby. But I'm using the body wash because I ran out, so I had to get another one. And then we gave Levi a bath last week. I'm like messing with my fingers. No, don't do that. Girl, don't do that. So we gave Levi a bath last week. So her shampoo is not up here anymore, but I always have in the bathtub our body wash and a scrunchie. I always have Scentsy soak. Usually there's a Scentsy scrub too under the bathtub. That again is downstairs. And then freshen up pup, and then shampoo, puppy shampoo. Dog shampoo, not puppy shampoo, but she's not puppy. So, and then over is Laundry Love. Y'all, I got all this stuff at the dollar store. Except this. I got this at Walmart for like $3. It was on clearance. This is literally a stovetop tin, a stovetop cover turned over. And then this I got at the dollar store as well. You don't need to spend a lot of money on a display. Even this is in the kids section from the dollar store. Y'all don't need to spend a lot of money on this, okay? So I want to make it functional for everybody to be able to feel like they have a space. And if you can't have something that looks like this, like even Kim has a dresser. Kim has warmers and stuff around her house. Sometimes my parties, that's what I do. I just walk around my house. I don't necessarily utilize this if Aaron is up here doing his thing. If I am doing a party at night, I am not utilizing this. I am going downstairs and showing the warmers in my house. But if I'm having a party during the day and I'm able to go live during the day, this is my typical chit chat. The bottom, I don't talk about in a party because the bottom is how I utilize the actual business part of it. So if orders come in, and I can carry the box upstairs, the box comes upstairs, right then and there. If the box can't come upstairs, Aaron has to bring it up later. But the box will be over here on the floor, right here on the floor. And I take the packaging slip out and I set it up here. This is my space to put orders together, okay? So it's like a table. So this is clear bags. I have other bags too, but they're too big to fit in this cube. So there is a section in my guest room that I'm not going to show you because it's not pretty in there right now. I got to straighten it up a little bit. But I have boxes in the guest room. I have like little baskets and boxes, and then I have larger bags hanging in the guest room. And I really need to kind of organize my closet in there because that's where that stuff needs to go. It needs to get out of where it is. And then over here, because this space does get dusty, I always have a little duster. That's a box for this fragrance flower right here on display. And then this is bulbs. Y'all, if you do not have bulbs on hand, you need to get bulbs. You need to keep a stash. Hey, HD, I see it. I'm not giving you that. You had a cookie. That's just more bulbs. So if somebody... No, you did. Daddy doesn't eat those. Okay, let me finish doing what I'm doing, okay? Bulbs. I always keep bulbs on hand I need to order more actually because I don't know if I have any clear ones. And then in here, this just kind of fluctuates. This is kind of what I refer to as my sample section of making samples. So like this is a dish soap. That's a brick. There's other little waxes in here. And this is stickers. This is scent stickers. And then that's just something that's from last season. But here is where the actual samples, mail outs, and all of that is. Let me make sure y'all can actually see this. So I've already got a few envelopes that I already put aside in here. Put those in there. These are samples. Some of these, like obviously I won't mail these. These are for locals. But this I'll mail. And then in here, I meant to take these out, but I forgot. Like that is a sample that I would mail. Flat wax samples I'll mail. Anything that I send out in the mail now fits into a white envelope. If I'm mailing it, there better be a stamp on it. Cincy Club mail gets the bigger stamp because they get a bigger envelope, but it's still like an 85-cent stamp or whatever. I don't remember. Y'all, they keep changing the prices on our stamps because every time I go in there, I swear it's a different cost to buy more. I'm like, what the snaps? So brochures, these are...
Stamps are actually going up in price again.
Again, see y'all, I swear, promise you, it's not me. It's not me. So brochures, and then if I know they've already got a brochure, but I want them to still have product. This is a product list. So this is thinner. This can fit right into a white envelope, just the way that it is. And then these are samples back here, or these are testers. These are out of date testers. Watch that one not be. No, it's pretty black. It is. So I have several containers floating around the house of these. And if I've got somebody who orders all the time from me, or if it's local, or if it's Cincy Club, it just depends on who it is. It really does depend on who it is. Y'all, I have people that buy $200 and $300 a month of Cincy. So I really do try to spoil them. I'll put something together for them, especially if they're local. I put some stuff in a local box. If they're local, can you let me finish, Love Bug? I can't show that on this video. That's not Cincy. I can't show that on this video. Please don't bring that over here. Okay. She's got one of her stuffed animals that she had when she was a baby.
Was this my baby stuffed animal?
Yes.
Mama. Well, who got me this?
Mama did. So anyway, up here is where I would put stuff together. My pack of labels. I also have labels over there on my desk. But this is usually full of scent circles too. You guys cannot give away too many scent circles. Scent circles are like the best thing to have. I don't have any right now because I'm waiting on my order to get here. But when the scent circles get here, they're just hanging on this. This was just somebody in the neighborhood got rid of it. She used to do jewelry. She used to do like paparazzi or something. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on here. She used to do something. And this used to hold jewelry. And so now I just put 3 or 4 scent circles on each top nail. And it works. So, keep it simple. It doesn't have to be a lot. And you don't even have to you can have just one of these. I have one of these downstairs too. I feel like the one downstairs is actually a 12 cuber. But the 12 cuber I think was the one that we were taking with us to Wilmington. And I was like, I'm going to have to figure out how to do Cincy with this small space that I had. And the great thing about Cincy, the one thing that I absolutely love 100% about Cincy is it looks decorative no matter what you do. It looks decorative. When we were moving to Wilmington, I was literally just going to kind of have a warmer in each cube and just kind of play around a little bit until it looked, yeah, think outside the box. Yeah, girl. And right, Kim, I don't always use this display. I don't always need to use this display, but I don't always use it. If Aaron's upstairs, up here playing his games, I can't. We just the dual office is a wonderful idea, and we love our space. It's a mess. It's cray. But when we started this, we were supposed to be able to both be up here and working and doing our thing. He's too loud, and I tend to have to talk whenever I'm doing stuff. So it just works out that during the day, HG's about to start her little preschool program, her little summer camp and then preschool program. So I'll be in here a couple hours every morning working on stuff, and then not even every morning. There's the dog. But make it work for your function. I'm gonna flip you around. Make it work for your function. Y'all, I say this every single time I go live in here. I swear, I say this every single time. I was not always at home. I worked a full-time job. And let me tell you, let me give y'all an insight on why I know, my house. I know I'm where I'm meant to be because my entire department got laid off this week. What's today? Wednesday. Last Thursday. Last Thursday they came in and they literally let everybody go. Didn't give them a notice, didn't tell them anything. It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon and they told them they needed to pack their desk and they had to be out by 5. I know I'm where I'm meant to be. And, I get it. Everybody else's thought process is, well, you just go find another job. And I get that. I was with that company for 10 years before I left. I would have been with that company for 12 years. So, and there are a select few people who are still with the company that still feel the blessing of the company. And I'm glad that they do. I'm so glad that they do, because where they've been blessed and what they've been blessed with that company, they deserve 100%. That wasn't my path. And that's okay. That wasn't my path. This is my path. So don't feel that your full-time position, I'm a mom all day, every day. This is not always how it is, y'all. Real life. If it wasn't honestly for the fact that we have a friend here, it might have been a little more quiet, but this friendship is really big for me. So it doesn't get in the way of anything ever. And my daughter gets so excited whenever Dakota gets here. So I'm just like, you do you. But it's not always going to be streamlined. It's not always going to be, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do all the things that I need to do right away. It doesn't work like that. That's one of the things I love about this. That's what I love about Cincy, is if I need to step aside for a second and message somebody back, or if she's watching a little bit of TV for a few minutes and I'm just catching up on messages, and yes, even if your bad months are better than it used to be. So when I'm struggling with PRV, or if I'm struggling with feeling like I'm hitting numbers, or like if I'm having a low day, this is about the time. This time frame where we are right now, I've talked about that in other videos too, is about the time between the 14th and the 21st is usually like my anxiety. I'm struggling. I'm worrying. My husband legitimately will be like, well, pull up your numbers from last year this month. What do your numbers look like from last year this month? He is the one sometimes that has to reel me back into the reality of, but you're still growing. There's still growth. There's always room for growth, but you're still growing. So even if your slow or bad months are better than how it used to be, then you're still growing, you're still doing. So with that being said, if you feel like you need to kind of organize some things, if you need to, sometimes y'all, I just have to reprint my stuff out. Sometimes I just need to know that I'm getting to start a clean slate real quick. And it's not clean slate, mid catalog necessarily. My clean slate starts with the next catalog's turn, but like getting to have just a day of, okay, I need to and I need to sit and I need to look at my stuff. I need to get organized. I need to book some parties. I've followed up with my people who haven't gotten their flash order sales, but it's time to party. It's time to get the end of April and into May settled and worked out. So, y'all, just, there is going to be a random, you're gonna randomly know, you're gonna know when the system that works for you happens. My systems change. Like this is a piece of paper where I was like, I've got to sit down and it's quiet for 20 minutes. Let me write down, let me go through parties that I've had on Facebook and let me see who participated in the parties, or who ordered, or who liked everything and loved everything, because that is where your parties are. That is where your parties are. Anybody on your VIP page who's liking everything and or seeing everything, that's where your parties are. Go ask them to party. Go ask them if they want free and half off Cincy. Hey chick, I see you on my VIP page all the time. I would love to spoil you. Would you like the chance to get some free and half off Cincy? That's all it takes. That is all it takes. Just text them. Just text them and ask them. I do have binders. I do still have my binders, because there's something about, if I don't know where to start and I don't know where to begin, if I come up here and everything's all cleaned up and I'm like, okay, where do I need to start? I don't pull out this binder. I just pull out my customer follow-up binder, my sample binder, my customer follow-up binder. I don't have any blanks of these, which is why I said I need to print more. But like, just pick up your last 2 or 3 pieces of paper. Where was I at when I came up here last time? Make a list. Before I leave from up here today, I'm going to try to make a list so that when I come back up here, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm needing to do. I am a paper gal. It helps with my memory. It helps me know where I am. These little tabbies have the months, and this is, so these people ordered in February. I'm going to go follow up with these people. I already talked about this last week. I'm going to follow up with these people. I already followed up with them. But follow up with your people. Go back and check and see. My girl always gets laundry love. When was the last time she ordered her laundry love bundle? 2 months ago. She might need another laundry love bundle. Would you like to get your laundry love bundle half off or free? Utilize it. Utilize your stuff. Tonight, Chloe and Justin are having a training. This is one of the first trainings in a long time I've shared on Wax Nerds. Y'all need to be on it. I'm over here last night at dinner. Aaron's like, we're on our way home, and he's like, don't you have a training tonight? Because I was like, what are we doing tonight? He's like, don't you have a training? I was like, oh no, I do. Yes, you're right. Dude had me in panic mode because he was rushing for 8 o'clock. And then I'm over here like, and then I was like, this isn't until tomorrow night. Yeah, Aaron, I just shared this with our team. Like, I should know this. So tonight, Justin and Chloe are having a training. Please get on there. Please don't text me next week asking me about how to get PRV. And, oh, I'm not happy with my numbers. I'm not this and I'm not that. Don't do that. Because your girl's just going to ignore it. I'm going to ignore it. Because there is so much training out there. So much training. There's a ton of training on Wax Nerds. There's so many trainings on how I get PRV, how others get PRV, PRV ideas. So go look them up. Go do what you need to do. If you do have questions, I'm always here to answer your questions. I'm always here. I'm always here. But don't text me next week saying you're not happy with your numbers. Because you're not answering me whenever I ask for a coaching call. And you're not answering me whenever I text you and ask you how your parties are going, or how are your party convos going, or how are your joint convos going. Okay? I love you guys. YouTube is amazing. Absolutely. This is going on YouTube. Absolutely. Go find other people. Go find me too. But go find other people. Y'all, I connect with so many other Scentsy leaders before I was a leader. Before I was a leader, I followed so many Scentsy leaders, so many Scentsy people, so much YouTube. So much YouTube. I watch a training video just about every day. And I did that when I had a full-time job. I did that when I had a full-time job. Yes, I understand self-care is important, and I get that. I do understand that. But your best bet, this is how I did it. I had somebody else last week say something, ask me a question, and I was like, I never thought about telling everybody kind of how I, not that I didn't tell everybody how I got started. That's not what I was going to say. But when I worked a full-time job, when I started Scentsy, she was not quite 2. So we would get up at 6 o'clock. She and Aaron left the house between 6:20 and 6:25. He would take her to daycare, and I would get ready. I would watch a training video or listen to music. It depended on if I was ready for a training video that early in the morning. But I'd listen to music or a training video. And then I would get all dressed, get out the door, cup of coffee in hand, bag in hand, Scentsy bag in hand. I take my Scentsy everywhere. Everywhere. I had my Scentsy bag on me. If you work a full-time job and you are in an office and you don't have your Scentsy on you, that's your problem. I love you, but that is your problem. If you're not getting the opportunity to get out and go to work and you're not taking Scentsy with you, what are you doing? What are you doing? Y'all, I'm at home. I don't get to see people every single day. I got to see people every single day. It doesn't matter. Do you know how many times I got told, we don't like you having that during work hours? Okay, I get two 15-minute breaks and an hour lunch. I'm still going to utilize my Scentsy. So then I would on the way to work, it's about a 30-minute drive. If I wasn't talking with somebody, there was a couple people I would talk to in the mornings, I was probably listening to a training video. Was I awake at that time? Not 100%, but that's okay. I would work. I would do what I needed to do. 15-minute break. If I wasn't talking to somebody about Scentsy, I was picking back up the video that I had started or whatever it was. My lunch break was when I was either calling consultant support or listening to Scentsy. Some of y'all, you're doing this as a hobby. Totally get that. I wasn't a hobbyist. I wanted this to make me money. I needed the money. We needed the money. So $300 to $400 a month paychecks were my minimum goal. I needed the paychecks. We needed that extra money. So I was working my full-time job and my Scentsy. On the way home, I tried to decompress, so I didn't always listen to Scentsy. But where I was going with the fact that I lived and breathed Scentsy. I loved everything about Scentsy. I loved getting to learn about it. I loved it. I still love it. I still love this. So on the way home, I would decompress. I probably wasn't going to listen to a Scentsy video. I'd listen to music or I'd talk to Aaron on the way home. And then when we got home, he had already picked her up from daycare, or I was rushing to get her from daycare. We would get home, we would eat dinner, we would watch show or whatever, do whatever we needed to do. And then after she went to bed, we were either taking a shower and or I was taking a bath. And if I was taking a bath, I was watching a training video. And I'm not saying I did that every single day, but I was doing something Scentsy every day. If I wasn't doing follow-ups, I was training. If I wasn't training, I was booking parties and doing follow-ups and working on posts for parties. You can schedule your posts. Your needs, your why needs to be your motivation. Now, the idea of being home didn't click until COVID. It didn't click until I was furloughed from the company for 6 weeks. I was one of the first people to get furloughed from the company. And I was devastated. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my job. They're not going to need me because I'm out of the office for 6 weeks. They're going to realize they can do this without me. Wasn't the case. But our company required us to file for unemployment. We had to pay our insurance. You had to pay your insurance. So we had to file unemployment. Y'all, I was at home for 6 weeks on unemployment. You want to talk about a whole new mindset? For the first 2 weeks, I was like, this is too good to be true. I don't like it. I'm uncomfortable with this. By the 4th week, I was like, oh God, they're going to call me and they're going to want me back Monday. And when I got the call to come back to the office, I requested 1 more week because we were going to the beach. I cried on that beach trip because I was so devastated that I had to go back to work. I didn't realize how miserable I guess I was trying to do everything, that I wanted to be home. And so when I went back to that full-time job with all the COVID regulations and all the mess, I was like, no. I went back in August. I left my job in November. When we were on our beach trip, Aaron was like, if you can consistently pay the mortgage until Christmas, we can make it work. We'll make it work. And we have. We have. I quit the day before Thanksgiving that year. Actually, my boss said something smart to me and I handed him my notice and said, you either let me work my 2-week notice or I'm gone. But that's just how that went because it wasn't pretty. But I was gone. I left. And Scentsy has been that vessel. And I'm not bragging. I am not here to brag. There are days it's still hard. There are days that I'm like, oh no, this is hard. This month has been hard. I'm not going to lie and tell you it hasn't. This month has been difficult. But that's just opening an opportunity for another month to be amazing. So keep working this month. Keep doing what you need to do this month. I'm still working this month. I'm still pushing to get my numbers this month. But do what you need to do for you and yours. My little trio, my mental health was dwindling real quick when I went back to that full-time job after COVID, after having COVID and dealing with that. I was done. And we're just fat and happy over here. That's what the doctor teases me about. She's like, we're just fat and happy. You're fine. Don't stress. And Aaron says all the time too, we're just fat and happy. I'm like, dude, we need to be happy without being fat. But Scentsy can be that vessel. Let Scentsy be your blessings. Let Scentsy give you the life that you didn't think you could have. I never thought I would get to be home with my baby. Never in a million years did I ever get to think that I would get to be home, paying bills and getting to be at home. So if this is something that you want to do, and you tell me that you want to do this, and I'm not recruiting you because you're already here. But if you want to do and see where we are and how I got there and what Aaron and I we had to change our finances. We had to change stuff. We no longer paid for daycare. We no longer were paying $387 a month for my insurance, for us to have insurance. We're on Aaron's family plan, which is cheaper. Like, there's things that we had to change. If you want to do this and you want to see what Cincy can do for you, y'all gotta work. You gotta work. This is not easy, but it is fulfilling, and it made me feel like I've got a purpose. And that was what my why was. That was my why. So, if we do coaching calls, y'all gotta work. Y'all gotta, I give you help. I give you tips on coaching calls. I show you how to get where and do what. You gotta do it though. We can't get off the coaching call and you feel like you've accomplished something today because we had a coaching call. We gotta work. We gotta work towards it. So, with that being said, I will work with you. I will do a game plan. We can, what is your monetary value of the paychecks that you need to consistently bring in? Because if you tell me $1,000, I'll get you there. I'll help you. I'll do my best. But I can't reach out to your people to party. I can't post in your parties for you. I'm not going to. I'm your sponsor. I'm not your boss. I'm not going to do anything for you except be your biggest cheerleader and give you the pathway and show you how it is and pray for your business. That's what I'm here for. I'm the sponsor, not your boss. I'm not going to force you to do anything because I can't force you to do anything, and I'm not going to. But I'm also not going to listen to the messages of I'm not happy with my numbers and I'm miserable. Because that's not what we are. That's not what Cincy does. That's not what Cincy does. I'm here to be your cheerleader. I'm here to show you can do it. And when y'all get your bigger paychecks, I'm like, woohoo, that is amazing. My first goal for every single consultant will always be 2K PRV. That is going to be, when you tell me your monetary value, the first thing I'm going to tell you is we need to get you to 2K and you need to recruit somebody. And I'm going to hop off here soon because I'm going all day. But you need to start recruiting too, because leadership will change your whole aspect of this business. I have so many people that are wanting $1,000 paycheck, but you're not recruiting. You're not building a team. You need to build a team because that's what growth is, building and community and starting a community. It will change your whole business. It will change your whole mindset. So, thanks, Kim. She said, you're amazing. Y'all, I'm not here to like, I'm not your boss. I don't think I ever would have made a good boss because I understand I'm exhausted and I'm tired and I didn't get a lot of sleep last night and the baby kept me awake and the dog was howling and I wouldn't have been a good boss because I feel like I either would have been the boss that would have let somebody be consistently late all the time, or they'd have gotten my attitude. And those are two opposite ends of the spectrum that I wouldn't have wanted in a boss. I wouldn't have wanted either of those in the boss. If you're going to hold that person accountable for being here on time, but you're not going to hold the other person accountable, how do you handle that confrontation? I don't think I would have been a great boss. Because I'm not a boss. I'm your sponsor. And I'm here to show you. I'm your director. I'm here to show you. I'm here to help you. And I can post constantly about bundles and what I'm doing and show y'all pictures. But it must not be working. So I want to show each individual person what I can do and what I can help you with. And I want to learn your home life and your work life because I want to be able to give you tips on how to make it work. But you also have to communicate and talk to me. You got to communicate on Wax Nerds. You know, if you only get to spend one day on Cincy, then let's make that day count. Because you're going to have to utilize certain times during the week to follow up with people or to book parties or to do whatever. Because you can text 20 people on Sunday if that's your day to work Cincy. They might not text you back till Wednesday. Are you going to wait till Sunday to text them back? No, I hope not. You're losing out on that opportunity in that window.
I'm coming.
So, okay, I'm gonna hop off. If you guys need anything, text me and let me know because I'm here. I'm here. I really am, I promise. And I hope that y'all have a great rest of your Wednesday. Gosh, I hope it's Wednesday, because if it's not, then we are all messed up. Is it Wednesday? Please tell me it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Okay, I hope everyone has a good day. Bye.